Hi, Wizard. What are you doing?
I'm getting ready to shoot a film.
That's what I'm here for, but that's not what we're doing.
Well, we have to be prepared.
You have to be prepared. I like that you're wearing your nitrile gloves, finally. But why don't you get all that stuff off and let's get to business. Let's talk about this truck.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
All joking aside, who knows if it's going to be a serious issue or not with the coronavirus. I sure hope not. I hope that this passes and it's done. But let's talk about something more serious. Let's talk about this truck. You guys are going to flip your lid over this truck. This is amazing. Now you look at this and you say, what's so special about that, Wizard? It's just a Chevy truck. Big deal. But after we're done looking at it, you will see that it's a big deal. Let's open the hood and take a look. The venerable 350 Chevy V8. This is a 1973. There's really nothing special about it as far as the features of this car, but the condition and the miles that are on this car is what's really, really special. We've got it in here. We've done some work already. We have a little bit to go. We've done the valve cover gaskets. We did a brake master cylinder. We fixed some issues with the fuel lines. We've got the blower motor working on high again, and list a few other things just from the car sitting or whatnot. But, I mean, there's nothing to speak of special about this engine other than there's 5 billion of them on the planet. There's 350s everywhere. Let's take a look around the vehicle, and then we'll look in the interior. Now, as we go around, except for small wear and tear, little chips or here and that, I want you guys to find something wrong with this paint or something wrong with the body. You won't. But let's take a look around. Still got the bias ply. Those are new tires. Those aren't original. Those are new bias plies. No dents. No dings. It has an auxiliary fuel tank installed at the dealer. We'll look at that when we lift the truck up. That's kind of an interesting thing about this truck. It looks like it just came off the showroom brand new. This is all original paint, all original trim, original bumper from the dealership. You can see that it says Don Hatton Chevy, Wichita, Kansas. That was back in 1973. That was painted on. There's a few spots of surface rust just in the bed, which isn't really much to speak of. There's a box of parts in there. That's for some other car, but look at this tailgate, guys. It's like new, like brand new. This isn't a repaint, like I just said. This hasn't been repainted. This is original. Any of these trucks of this year are completely rotted out here and in through here. And it's just, like I said, like new. All the stainless steel bright work is still in good shape, like new again. The dealership logo that's under the Custom Deluxe logo looks like it was just put on yesterday, but it was over 40 years ago. That's what's really crazy. Let's go around and take a look in the interior on the other side. Look at this, guys. This seat is immaculate. Absolutely perfect. It has not been reupholstered. It has not been redone. It is as it was from the factory in 1973. The dash, flawless. No cracks, no breaks. You can see the chrome around the gauges is still like new, and you can also see the most important thing about this truck that I want to show you guys today. 26,470 original guaranteed documented miles. It didn't even exceed its warranty yet as far as miles are concerned. Obviously with years it has. 26,000 miles, guys. This truck basically is brand new. When this was brought into the shop, I knew I had to make a video for you guys. I said, my Car Wizard fans have to see this truck. This is amazing. Look at the roof. Flawless. Even the little decals on the visors is perfect. It runs and drives like new. We've taken care of a few things under the hood, like I mentioned a minute ago. And it's just from sitting. It's not from something went wrong. I'm going to show you guys one more thing about this truck, and then we'll talk about it. These little stickers that are on the window were put here when it was new. This is the Kansas State Parks. There was this little pass that you could get into the parks that you purchased. And it's like new as well. It's like it was just stuck there yesterday. It's a little bit faded, but... And you can see this was where he parked for camping or whatever. This was the lot number that he went to for the camping spot. It's still sitting there from the last time he went camping over 40 years ago. The truck was just parked for whatever reason after his last camping trip, and here is the proof of that. Come around and take a look, guys. It says Boost Kansas State Parks. That's from like 1973, 74, somewhere around in that range. Just a really interesting story behind this truck. We're getting ready to lift it up and take a look on the underneath. There was a few leaks we've addressed already and taken care of. But I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about it as far as the owner. I've had many cars in the shop that I've mentioned Euro Asian Bob. This is his truck. This guy has a knack for finding this type of condition of cars. Cars that have been sitting for a while, but they're otherwise immaculate and perfect. I've told you guys time and time again, if you're looking for this type of vehicle in these conditions, or just vehicles that are hard to find, you need to get a hold of Euro Asian Bob. He's your guy. He's your guy. So let's lift this thing up. Let's take a look on the underneath. As we just seen, when this thing was lifted, it had absolutely no trouble lifting this truck. Again, I wanted to thank BenPack for providing me 3 10,000-pound lifts. Also, we have a small mid-rise lift that we use back there. It's not in the picture, but it's back there. But again, I just really wanted to thank BenPack. These lifts are amazing. The lift that I had in here before probably would have struggled a little bit to lift this. Absolutely no struggle with these lifts. So let's take a look. Here's some window screen. That was pretty common back then, that people put that in front of their condensers to keep bugs and things out. But the radiator's not leaking. There's nothing going on there. There's a fuel filter. There is a hose that we're going to address. This is a return line. I think it's kind of spraying a little bit of power steering fluid. I'm going to take care of that for him. This is the first year for this generation of trucks, 73. It's got disc brakes in the front. Nice and tight. Nice and tight. I would expect it to be nice and tight with 26,000 miles on it. So we come to here. This was kind of coated in oil because the valve cover gaskets. We have taken care of that and cleaned the area. I have this little torque converter cover off to just make sure that there's nothing going on with the rear main seal, and it looks pretty clean and dry in there. And as we move back to the transmission, it is leaking from the pan gasket here. We're going to remove this pan and put a new filter, a new gasket, and fresh fluid. That's just from age. This is a cork gasket. Whether you use the vehicle or not, these gaskets fail and they start leaking. There's nothing you can do. It's just age with time. And the exhaust is all stock exhaust. This rear output shaft seal is leaking a little bit. It's not real bad. We'll probably go ahead and replace that as well. So over here you see the standard stock gas tank. It's kind of rounded and standard tank, but there's this little switchover valve that's aftermarket. This was done at the factory. This wasn't done on the weekend by a do-it-yourself guy. This was an option they purchased at the dealership. And this looks like a big box to carry items in. It's not, it's a fuel tank. It's completely full of fuel. I just thought it looked kind of odd. It looks like a big box more than it does a fuel tank. But that's exactly what it is, a gas tank. It holds considerably more fuel than the standard stock tank. The switching valve is something that we had to work on. There was some kinked lines. We got that repaired, and now both tanks equally switch back and forth. It works perfect. It's had new exhaust put on from this back. That was before I got the truck here. And it has drum brakes in the back. There again is the bias ply tires. They're fairly new. It looks like it has a small seepage from the pinion seal here, but it's not horrible. It's got nice 3/4 ton rear springs. Here's a spare tire. That's an odd looking tire. It's old school. Even has a little padlock on it. Interesting. So you can't take the spare tire. Kind of odd. Got little mud flaps on it. But it's, like I said, it's not all rusted, not all beat up. It's in excellent, excellent shape. We're taking care of some of the things here while it's in the shop that it's just from age, just from sitting. We'll get those things addressed and everything will be up to tip-top shape. Well, thanks guys for following along and checking this thing out with me. Like I said, when I had this thing pulled into the shop, I just knew I've got to do a video on this. You guys got to see this. When I drove it over here to the lift, to put it on the lift, I just sat in the interior. I was like, it's like I just bought this truck a week ago. It's just brand new. Now, he's going to be selling this vehicle after we get everything put back to tip-top shape. If you're thinking you're going to buy it for $4 grand, not a chance. You're going to have to get with him to get with his asking price and everything of that nature, but as far as you thinking you're going to get it cheap, this is not going to be a cheap buy, guys. He wanted me to inform you guys, it's not going to be a cheap buy. But it's going to be worth whatever his price is because, like you've seen in this video, very, very nice truck. Any tools that I use, or if you're interested in what kind of tools I use, check my Amazon affiliate links below. I also have a link to the UK Amazon affiliates. There's things for sale there in the UK now. I also write for Auto Trader. Check out Auto Trader Oversteer. I've got many articles and videos over there you guys could check out. If you haven't hit the subscribe button already, go ahead and do that. We've got many, many more cool videos to come. Again, thanks for watching.